Okay, so another video. This time I'm filming a big brother of the little robot we were filming before, so more videos, which is great. But remember last time I said that I really needed a gimbal? Well, so something happened. I kind of got a gimbal. So now I've got a gimbal. I'm going to be able to shoot with this to make much more interesting shots than the last video. The last video was great, turned out really well. Client was happy. The only issue I really had was I wanted some motion shots of the small robot and I wasn't able to get them. I had to rely mostly on static shots just because the motion shots weren't stable enough. They weren't working. So I'm hoping with the gimbal, this is by the way, the Ronin SC. I got this on special because the new gimbals came out, which meant that I could get this for a very good price. And this little bit hanging off the back, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, we're going to be setting up this morning, getting things ready. Right, so we have backdrop here to hide Steve, and we've got the machine set up, and we're using the concrete wall for a backdrop, so we're all set up now. If I come out here, you can see the wider shot of this. This is essentially our set. So I have the gimbal all balanced and ready to go. Here we are, shooting with a 50mm lens to begin with because I want some nice close shots with some good blurry bokeh for these shots. We're going to try this one first, and I'm running the ND filter just on a low setting, just like ND2 at the moment. It goes 2 to 32, but we're just going to run it on 2. Just to give us a little bit more control over the light and the framing. And I'm going to be shooting this video at 50 frames a second, 50 because the lighting runs at a 50 hertz phase, being in a PAL region, and then that gives me a chance to slow things down to about half speed later if I need to smooth things out even further. So yeah, first shot's about to start. Okay, so you might have noticed, I have to duck down like this, you might have noticed on my Ronin SC, there's a little bit here that you probably haven't got on yours if you've got one, but it is great, and I'll tell you why. So this is the PGYTECH handle, and what it allows you to do, as you would have seen, is I can take the foot off my Ronin SC and attach it here, and that means I can use it in underslung mode, but also gives me a little bit more control and grip and range of motion when I am doing pans and up and down and that sort of thing. What I really like, some of the details, is that it has the same little adjustment doodacky. Hang on, let me spin you around. As you can see, it's got the same little adjustment thingy as the Ronin SC has native. It is a little bit thicker, a little bit different, but it has a little groove in there. This one's got a little groove in there. If you can see it, there you go. It's got a little groove in there, just like the Ronin one has its little groove in here as well. So it matches really well. The color matches. It's quick release. So if I do unscrew this, I can just slide. Oh, did you see that? I can just slide it on, click it on, or slide it off to put it away. It mounts onto the native holes here, and it still gives you the little screw thingy. So if you need to put in the little cold shoe mount onto the side, it has the threads there. So you just slide that back on. Do this all very one-handed. It also has mounting holes on the side here, so where again you can mount the Ronin SC. Or S cold shoe there, and it also has its own cold shoes, as you can see, built in here on the side and on this side, so that you can mount things like this little small rig cold shoe mount, which I then attach to my Aperture MC light, and then I've got a light on the top of my gimbal when I'm in underslung mode. So of all the accessories for the Ronin SC, this is almost a must. It was about $70 New Zealand, so I think they go for like $30 or so on Amazon. I'll try to put a link below for that, but really highly recommend it if you've got a Ronin S or SC to get one of these. The new gimbals work differently, so they don't necessarily need this, but for this gimbal, if you've got this, like I bought this because it was, oh, my arm's getting tired. I bought the Ronin SC because it was a little bit cheaper, given the fact that the new gimbals are out, and so this was on special, so I got a great price for it. And then getting this handle is just a game changer in how you use it. And I'll do a video on balancing this maybe later as well, because I've got a little trick. I'm loving it. I think it's great. I'm not really ready to do a full review of it, but I'm going to be using this a lot more for video, so we'll see. But I am getting gimbal shoulders. This is quite heavy and I'm wearing out. But the handle from PGYTECH is a must. The handle from PGYTECH, hang on, I'll put it this way. You can see the logo. There we go. Look, it's a logo right there. PGYTECH. So this handle from PGYTECH is a must for S and SC owners. You will not regret it. It will change how you use the gimbal, make your life so much easier. Yeah, that's it, I guess. That's it for this video. I'll show a little bit of what I've been filming, but I've done one on filming my first commercial video. This is my second, and I just wanted to share this handy little tool with you because, yeah, it's great. It's a game changer. So anyway, I've got to fire up this robot and get it going so I can finish filming. And yeah, that'll be my day. This is not a sponsored video at all. Gimbal was bought with my own money, so is this little handle from PGYTECH. I gain nothing from this but the satisfaction of sharing my knowledge with you. It's now after lunch and we're back at it like a bad habit, and I need to get this thing fired up so we can actually shoot it in motion. Got the robot to work. Okay, we're back at it, day 2. Yesterday I tried to shoot around the fact there's perspex on the side, but unfortunately there are a few shots where I'm clearly reflected in the perspex, which didn't actually show up so much on the back of the camera, or even looking at it, it didn't look so obvious, but once I got into LumaFusion, color graded it a little bit, stood out. So I'm going to take off these perspex panels today, and so we can get around it without the reflections, reshoot some of those scenes that looked really good, but you know, were sort of put off by the reflections, and then we'll see how we go from there, and might try a few new angles, see how it turns out. But there's not much more to add to that. I'm trying to get on with some work. Sometimes it's nice just to let somebody else do all the work. I don't know if this next bit's going to work, but now for something completely different. I remember how to get this off the internal memory. Don't know if that'll be useful, but it was a lot of fun.